Hey, come on in.
Hey,
You give me
Curtis.
some room. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm alright. I just have a couple questions and I want to kind of come to an understanding.
Okay.
So, I don't know if they've given you exactly what I've done for work so you understand, like, I'm not exactly just a normal citizen that walks around and does this, and this is why they approached me to do what I'm doing.
So, okay, you're talking to me in the context of being an investigator,
Uh,
or for like
I'm
investigative
a citizen,
journalism.
I'm a journalist, I'm an
Okay.
investigator,
Uh-huh.
I'm also a citizen.
Mhm.
So it's a context of all of those.
Okay.
Um, and now my question from the start would be one, I was told that Lynda wasn't going to be that way with me. Lynda lied to me,
Uh-huh.
and then took me from this building and walked me to the police station,
Okay.
and then used three police officers in the interrogation position. I've worked in psychological operations.
Mhm.
I have a very, very, very knowledgeable understanding of how operations and instigations work.
Mhm.
And what she did was behaviorally tried to modify the situation to either get me to walk out of the room
Mhm.
in intimidation, or two, use a fear factor,
Mhm.
and in which there was nothing agreed to. I know you know that they're signed. I know you know that there was nothing said in an email.
Mhm.
There was none of that. And so my dick was grabbed, excuse my language. Um, she laughed at the death of my family multiple times on video. The first day that I was kicked out, um, which was the day with Deborah Berry.
Mhm.
Um, Let me help you. So, sorry about all that.
No, it's okay.
So right here
Mhm.
is Deborah Berry talking, and that's the cops coming and pulling me out of the room because while I was speaking, she's
Mhm.
behind me mocking me.
Mhm.
And during the whole thing, if you go back to December 11th, you can see that on December 11th that she's doing it with the audio enhancements,
Mhm.
and I'm talking to her while I'm speaking.
Mhm.
Frank comes back and says after this happens that we need to be more respectful and representative
Mhm.
of the community and the people. Well, where has that gone on for me?
Where has that gone on for you?
That's what I'm trying to understand. As I came in for the community, was approached by the community to do an interview. I did the interview, was treated like I was a nobody.
Okay.
Ryan didn't know who I was until after, and then once he realized it, things went really different.
Mhm.
That was done on purpose.
Okay.
So what it was to show the behavioral aspects of this city and how they do it. Now, I also know that Frank spent money with our credit card. He stole my tax money, the police's tax money, every citizen's tax money, and dumbass Gascon thinks that it matters, that he said it's okay. I'll be sending it to the DOJ. I'll be sending all the information that I've had happen to me to the DOJ.
Mhm.
I will be contacting a bunch of people in the IA to make sure that what goes on, because I know about the cameras. I know about you don't have flock cameras. You have different forms of cameras,
The
and
ALPR cameras.
yeah, well, the ALPR
That's
cameras are
different type.
also, you don't just have ALPR cameras. You guys have drones, you have Wi-Fi detectors, you have heat detectors. So basically what it is, a cop can watch you from your house through the walls with heat. That's a violation of my Fourth Amendment. The drones follow people. I know that
Mhm.
they've followed homeless people to catch somebody. That's stalking.
Mhm.
Well, so you guys have done a lot of really shady things in the background. Now, my main question is, why is it that Frank is still sitting there? Were you in the office at the time when
No.
that was going on? Okay. So why is Frank still sitting there? Because what he did
My
is fraud
understanding,
and a crime.
my understanding of that had occurred in
2022,
2018.
2018 and 2022.
I don't know what happened in 2022. I saw the records from 2018, and I did see that the city, they were reimbursed from Frank?
That doesn't matter.
Frank
Can I
Frank?
walk into your house and steal from you and then pay you back, or would I go to jail?
Well, if you call that stealing, that's one thing, but I don't believe that that's
Technically stealing?
stealing.
So using a credit card that's bright yellow to print out pamphlets for an election isn't a problem?
I don't understand where that's coming from, cause
That's
I'm
in the
not sure.
documentation.
I don't know where he used a credit card to print pamphlets. I believe that he had sent credit cards.
I told you, I wanted Gascon's note.
Mr. Erkey, Public Integrity Division, okay, this is August of 2022. You're showing me a letter from the DA's office to Bill Erkey, the city attorney at the time, and I believe the letter speaks for itself. He used a copy machine at City Hall to print 252-sided campaign flyers according to a letter that was submitted. Okay. I'm not sure where the credit card comes in yet.
That's our tax dollars being used to pay for ink.
Right. That's what it says.
Yes.
Copy machine, but
Yes.
I still don't know where the credit card comes in.
Here, where he bought Nikes.
And then,
He bought Nikes.
okay, these were two separate incidents.
Mm-hmm. So he
So
knows.
he didn't use a credit card.
I just want to make a
Wait,
point. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You're saying that he used credit cards to
I like
create
that
a
you're
pamphlet.
laughing.
But I believe, I'm laughing because they're two separate incidents that you
Yes.
conflated.
No, I'm not.
You conflated into one incident.
No, I'm not. I'm
You
showing a
said-
pattern of behavior.
No. You are showing a pattern of behavior,
Mhm.
but you had indicated it was one incident where he used credit cards.
Maybe I'm not being clear enough
Where
to
he
you.
used, no, you said he used credit cards for a pamphlet. I'm reading here.
How do you
that
pay
he-
for it?
He used a copy machine at City
How
Hall.
do you pay for that?
I believe.
How do you pay for that?
How do I don't use the copy machine.
I know, but
print
where
out
does that
money.
money come from?
It comes from the taxpayers.
Okay.
He does everything from the
I
taxpayers.
just wanted to be clear.
No.
Thank you.
You-
That's all I need. That's really what that's what you said
wanted to
it.
be clear, but you were unclear in describing the incident because you conflated the
No,
two
what I
incidents.
did was
No,
I
you
said
did.
something wrong purposely so you would correct what I said and then use that to understand.
I don't think you.
You don't
said it.
understand what
I don't think
psychological
that-
operations are? You don't
I
know?
don't think you meant to say it incorrectly on purpose. I think you just said it incorrectly. Regardless of that being
That's
the
nice.
case, your letter, that's not gonna work. What I'm talking about here is the letter speaks for itself.
I don't know
and
what's
it
not going to
says,
work. Ma'am, I'm not
the
trying to be
March
rude to you.
24th letter reported that the city council member used credit cards for personal expenses amounting to $294.50 while traveling abroad in July of 2018. He reimbursed the city in August. There's no evidence to suggest that he tried to conceal the nature of the expenses.
Mm-hmm.
Although Councilmember YokoYama's actions were improper, the facts weigh against criminal prosecution.
And it's
We
written.
appreciate your concerns over these incidents and hope this letter will prompt the city of Cerritos and its officials to better safeguard the use of city resources and
Thank
funds.
you very
Okay.
much for saying that, because now you
Well, that's
just.
what the letter said.
I know.
I'm quoting the letter.
I'm glad.
So I'm saying what the letter said because I'm reading the letter.
I'm glad. Okay. The last part of the line is what we've been having an issue with.
And
So I'm trying
what
to.
would you like to get from me?
I'm trying.
This matter seems closed in my.
It's actually,
trying
well,
to see what you
see,
want to
for
know.
me it's not actually closed, because what I want to know is why he feels a yellow credit card is okay to spend extra money on.
Why don't you ask him? I don't know the answer
I
to
have
that.
tried. No one wants to answer questions with me, so it
I'm
seems
here
you're
meeting
all
with you.
avoiding.
I cannot read his mind.
Okay, well that's fine. I appreciate that.
You wanted to ask him why he feels a yellow credit card is okay to be used.
For
I
buying.
don't know.
So no. I'm trying to show you. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to give you more information. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to please answer those questions.
Okay. I've got a piece of paper, graph paper,
Mm-hmm.
that says explain the abuses, 2, the lies, 3, the slander, 4, the censorship, 5, the mocking, 6, the interrogation, 7, the label of racist, 8, the man-stalking.
The man stalking me.
Me over them. Why should I not take all the videos to the ACLU? You are very welcome.
I don't want to do that to them. I don't want to create a problem with the city.
Why
I've been
should
trying.
I not take all the videos?
You take my phrase all the way that I phrase things. You don't understand who I am or my personality, and it doesn't matter to me if you don't care.
Sir,
See, this is what
I'm
I
trying
don't.
to do my job.
So I
You
understand.
asked me a question and you want me to
So I would
answer
love it.
So I would appreciate if you let
I
me
will
answer your
stop.
question.
Please.
Thank you. I cannot stop you. I should not stop you. And if you feel any violations have
But you've watched these happen.
If you feel that any violations have occurred, you have every right to go to the ACLU.
Did those not happen?
You have every right to go to law enforcement. You have every
I
right
can't.
to go to
I
any
can't.
private investigator.
Sir, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That is a reactionary thing. I'm very sorry. I completely apologize. That was way out of line. That was not intended in any way, shape, or form. Please understand that was wrong on my end.
Not
it was
a problem.
not in.
Not a
I'm
problem.
so sorry.
But
So,
I cannot tell you what you should or should not do.
Okay, so I'm not asking what I should or should not do. I'm making a point that I don't want to do this. I'm asking why I shouldn't, because you know that these things have happened.
These are out of context.
How?
For the most part, because it says explain the abuses.
Okay, so when you tell me I'm going to do an interview, and it's in the building here, and you drag me to a police station, and you use 3 police officers to put me into an interrogation position, they search me, and I say no. And it's on video. It's on video,
right,
where I say no. And they do it anyways. And then they grab my crutch. And then she pulls out her phone and smiles while it's happening, staring at it. What is that?
That is something I have not seen.
Yeah, well, you should go to YouTube, because not only do I have it, but all the protest people have it.
Well, sir, if that is an abuse that occurred, like I said before, you should go to the proper.
Yeah, it's on video. So that's what I'm trying to say, and that's what Lynda I asked to apologize for that day.
And Mr. Forsythe, like I said, if you believe that the sheriffs are not going to do anything,
They haven't done anything.
Very well able to go to the other authorities. Like you said, you are going to go to the DOJ, whether it's the California DOJ or the federal DOJ.
It'll be federal.
You can go to both. And whether or not they take up that case, you can show them all the videos and other evidence that you have.
It's not just that, it's the background.
I will say this, sometimes when you do meet with officials, whether or not it's someone here locally or at the state.
I have an interview with someone who's another journalist who's actually talked to Lynda, and when I told him what happened on video, he goes, "Holy crap, that is preposterous. That has never happened to me."
I'm not gonna.
I know, and then suddenly the police officer that's standing there with this camera on me walks away.
I think maybe you.
I watch behavior.
Maybe to some people you appear to be.
I don't care if I'm scary.
Scary.
I don't care. Man, look at my shirt. I have dead bodies being carved to pieces. Do you think that I care how people perceive me? Do you understand what I've been through?
If you don't care, sir, if you don't care how other people perceive you, then maybe that's not why.
It's not my problem.
I know, but that's maybe why you don't understand that some people want a level of protection from you. They perceive.
No, it was because I called her out as a liar. If you go back to December 11th, she said she was willing to meet with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to her, for weeks I've been trying to meet with you, and you just lied. Here's the notes. Here's the documents. So why are you lying? You have no power.
When you say you mean Lynda.
Lynda.
Okay.
I apologize. See, this is what I'm trying to say is sometimes when I say things, people are hearing me talk to them, and this is what I'm trying to get you to see. Mm-hmm. You're hearing certain things that sometimes are not being said the way they're being said, and I apologize for the.
So that's why I'm clarifying.
Okay. So she does that. And I pull out the documents and show her. And I say, you literally have no power. You think you have power? And then she wanted to show me her power in the interview. So I understand that that's intimidating to someone who's in her position. But you know what? Every journalist that I've talked to, and every journalist that always worked alongside Brian Hughes, all these people, she filed false police reports against journalists.
Mm-hmm.
She's committed fraud. So there is a multitude of issues on this city council where we have someone using a credit card, we have someone who's calling fraud, and those are the two main ones running our city. Now, what I want to know is why none of this matters to the police department. Because they stole their money. He used that credit card and stole those police officers' money. And I'm going to be really blunt with you. I have a song for Gascon. Gascon knows who I am very well. I helped recall his dumbass. So I just want you to understand, he has a song, and that's why that little note means bullshit. Because Gascon has killed police officers, allowed rape of children, allowed abuse of society, has allowed absolute chaos and anarchy to start from 2020. And so his credibility is about as much as a pile of dog shit being thrown into a bag. And he knows that. So when I send that to the DOJ and they see his name, there's an investigation coming. Because what are the past things he's done? That needs to be looked into. Because if he's okay doing it once, he's okay doing it before. He's okay doing it other times. What are the other times? Do you see? It's a pattern of behavior.
Well, I can only speak to what the district attorney's office reviewed and investigated and concluded. And that was given to them, that was their investigation, and they concluded that because of
he said yes, and I paid it back. So I want you to clearly understand this. That means nothing.
Okay, you've already said
yes.
that.
If I walked into your home, stole that amount of money from you, and then paid it back under Gascon, I'd get away with it. You understand that? He allowed theft under $1,000 to be pushed aside. Gascon ain't in office anymore. So there's a problem. That little whatever pardon, I essentially see as toilet paper. It's not a pardon. It's not a get out of jail free card. You did this. So I assume
that you're giving it to Nathan Hoffman and the people at the DA's office now. And if you do provide them that information, they will review it and make a determination.
I understand that. Please understand the way that I understand. But please understand the way that I speak. I come across aggressive and blunt, and I understand that. I don't change who I am for other people. I wouldn't expect you to. I've not insulted you for coming at me the way that you come at me, because I understand that's who you are. So I'm not going to take you and your reactions to me as a negativity, because the way I am affects other people.
Right.
So right. I see that. I understand that.
And
but
I'm not making anything personal, because we do not have that relationship. Yes. I'm only acting in my professional capacity, yes. And I understand you are acting in your professional capacity.
Yes.
So it is a normal and cordial conversation.
Okay, thank you.
I want you ultimately to ask me, and you said please respond to this set of questions. I told you I can't, they're too broad.
Okay, so let me help you then. So the abuses is, what has happened with the police? The lies are very clearly lies. Al Reyes, I could throw him under the bus in 2 seconds. Do you know that Lynda is connected to me for the rest of her life? I'm like a parasite on her. If you hashtag Lynda's name, she shows up in tons. I have over thousands of videos of everything. All of it, with over millions of views.
Okay.
I have my band.
Do you do this with any of the other
people
officials, or is it only Lynda?
Let me help you with this.
Situation with her that you feel compelled to?
No.
I'm wondering why you singled her out.
I didn't single her out. She grabbed my dick and thought it was entertaining. Now, if you would like to understand why, what she did was so offensive and abusive to me, I was a child, and at 6 years old, I was pulled out of my house by the police officers over sexual and physical abuse.
As a victim.
As a victim of
Not
severe,
not a perpetrator.
severe scars. That's straight, man. Okay? Nothing works right. Okay? So I was pulled out for that. Then they took me into the police station, stripped me butt ass naked, and took photos. So you're not dealing with someone who's dealt with none of this before. You're dealing with someone who fucking lived this as a kid. And it was done to me again.
Well, okay. I want to know ultimately what you want to gain out of.
I'm gonna expose. If you want to know what I'm gonna gain from all of this, I don't gain anything. I don't gain fame. I don't do anything I do.
Not what you gain, but what is your purpose in pursuing this? And
I told her, if you go back to December 11th, everything that I said on December 11th was the exact thing, all of it from day one that has happened in exact order. And I told her, don't give me the racist bullshit. I knew who she was before she did it. And I told her. And what I did was show everyone exactly the pattern of behavior in her narcissistic personality disorder. I showed that we're being led by someone who doesn't actually care. I showed the citizens who she was as a real person because I understood.
Well, there were, according to what I understand, there are 5 people on the city council.
And Frank, I understand where you're going. I'll stop. I understand. I'm sorry.
And there are 5 people on the city council. They act.
Who have I
not
only spoken to?
But all 5 of them have to act. And I think when I first recall you coming in to make a public comment, you had spoken about COVID and the issues, the problems, and the resulting.
Nope. This is where it started. It was December 11th, December 22nd. The first one was I heard her lie, and then I called her out on the lie. The next one was December 22nd. That's when I brought in the COVID paperwork. And then...
But the very, very, very first time you came to a city council meeting and you spoke, it was before December. It was much earlier on.
No, it wasn't, because the people who approached me, it was in December. It wasn't. Then, you can go back to the council meetings because my team has recorded all of them, and they're there.
Regardless, let's say my dates are mixed.
I know, and I understand that.
You came and made a public comment.
And I said exactly this.
But I don't remember why she was singled out at that
because she lied.
Well, what was the lie?
She lied.
Because I don't recall you ever having come in before.
Go ask them. Go ask them. Go ask them. It's on video.
No, but I want you to explain what she lied about and why you got so angry.
Because she said that for decades, no one has approached her to talk to her. She said that no one has come to her for a meeting on this, and I had attempted. That is a straight out fucking lie.
So you wanted, before you came to a city council meeting, before you ever
asked them,
you wanted, but why did you ask?
Because I was approached by the city because of my job. I'm sorry, man, I'm escalating. I need to come down. Yeah. Before the city council meeting, I was approached by the people, and they asked me to do what I do for work. So it wasn't a direct come out to her. It was my radar for work picked up the one person in the room that was the biggest liar and a narcissist. Her eyes don't do the thing that they should do when she smiles. She sells. She's not a human. She's a machine. My dad is a narcissist. My mom is a narcissist. I know what they do. I know how they function. And so if you want to think that this is the only person I've done this to, in 2020 I wrote a song to Gavin Newsom and I said, you're going to lock us down and you're going to do all of this to us and you're going to fuck our lives up and you're going to be the one who did it. I was removed.
Okay.
So no, hold on. Not just Gavin Newsom. We have George Gascon. We have Joe Biden. We have Donald Trump. We have many, many other public officials. It's not just a singular person. It is
right,
what
those other officials you can't have. I'm assuming you've never met with them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming that.
Okay.
And if you have, fantastic.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I think it is going to benefit us today and moving forward is what exactly you would like me to do. Like,
well,
how can I answer your questions?
Okay, so why is it okay for them to call me a racist? Let me show you a magic trick.
Sir,
what,
again, I don't know.
Does that look like a normal white boy would know what this is?
No, that just looks like blue water.
What does it say?
I don't know.
Sam
What
Wu.
does it say?
Sam Wu.
Okay.
How many white boys you know what Sam Wu and tea time is?
I don't know, sir.
Exactly. Because no, it's not. It was because I was raised by Japanese Chinese household. I was raised in them. They adopted me and took me in. I'm married to a Japanese Chinese woman.
Let's get back to the issue.
So I'm being called a racist, and that's slander.
You're being called a racist. And that's
I'm part of that.
I'm not your attorney.
I don't need you to be my attorney.
And I want you to make this a productive meeting, and I want to be able to help.
But this is part of it. This is part of it, ma'am. How is it that they can come out and say 19 times that I'm a racist? And did you see the video where the man's at my front door screaming at me about being a racist? And it's after the meeting? So it's interesting.
I don't know, do you have information about, did Frank do that? Did he come to your door? Did Lynda do that? Did they come to you? Like, I'm not understanding. These people are
they have
shouting
specific
at the front door, but
no, I walk outside and they confront me, and it's outside of my house on video. They know they're on video. They don't care. There's conversations with them calling me racist, not understanding anything. I brought in everything, and I was mocked. I was made fun of. The FOIA stuff is funny to look at. So besides the slander, the censorship, let me help you. When someone is holding up a document so the public can read something and the camera angle suddenly shifts to the side, you're removing that person's freedom of speech because they're trying to show something and speak publicly. That's a violation. I know that because I do video production. I do all of this stuff. So why is it
From
when...
what I understand, when the person speaks at the dais and they hold up a piece of paper, that continues to show as long as you're speaking.
No, it's on video. It's on video. It's on video for 2 other residents besides me.
Okay, so if you're no longer speaking, but if you're in the audience, it doesn't mean it's going to focus on...
It's not about just me, ma'am. It's about everyone. I'm doing this for everyone.
Specific audience member.
No.
What I understand, it doesn't focus on any audience member. It's exposed.
I don't think you're hearing what I'm saying. Okay, so when I come up and I pull up Lynda's album and I say, this is going to be played in your sister city very soon with you grabbing my dick, I hope you have fun. The camera suddenly cuts to the side. When a man comes in with a FOIA document, that's a conversation between Lynda and all the people from the city, and he goes like this, the camera goes. Happens multiple times.
Okay.
Now, she thanks the woman who works with Janice Hahn, that she knows personally, that has all of her secrets, when she's calling her a racist and coming at her harder than I've ever come at her. She thanks her. She doesn't look at me in the face. So what I'm witnessing and watching is a direct pattern of behavior and abuse. Not just for me, because if Ryan didn't know who I was, I would be in hell right now. A normal citizen like me coming in and doing what I've done. You guys don't know who I am. I showed up out of nowhere. I'm going to be really honest with you. Have you seen more chaos? There's lawsuits in the background between the bullying. I actually have 2 of the members from the council talking about being bullied on film. I could walk in and show that. Do you understand the chaos that would cause between... I'm here to show you. She thought she could use power. She thought she could intimidate. All I wanted was justice for my family, and I wanted to have a conversation with her for the water. Frank murdered my fucking family and destroyed society by following bullshit rules. And in 2020, I brought everything in, and I was mocked for it. So, I'm very curious.
Sorry, when you're talking about
When you guys are following orders from something that is fraudulent and you can look it up in 5 seconds anywhere, you aren't protecting your citizens. You're just following orders. If it took me...
I'm trying to clarify, when you make that reference, you're talking about
COVID.
COVID orders, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Just wanted to make that clear.
forced vaccinations causes cancer. It's got SV40 in it. All of this is factual. You can look it up. If you want to go to my channel, this is the problem was the first time I spoke to Ryan, I said, please don't let them do this to me because they don't want what's going to happen after. I don't want to be like this to them. I wanted to be cordial. Ryan's part of the reason that this has happened. I have babysat Ryan's entire family. I've helped his father, mother.
Really? So you know him on a
A very personal basis.
Okay.
So when you see on the video Ryan's head go,
And
while it's happening, it's because he knows what's happening is wrong. And he knows.
now, my question, and since
Mhm.
we're talking about this, have you gone to, because the city was reluctantly obeying the quote-unquote county health orders during the time. Have you gone to the county? Have you pursued the channels with Barbara Ferrer and the people over there?
I'm taking this all the way to Washington, D.C. I've already done a lot of things that you don't understand. I'm part of the Biden censorship industrial complex and that lawsuit. Part of the White House lawsuit, ma'am. I'm not a normal citizen.
So you are doing what you're doing, and I would assume that you have ears who are more
But the
ready
point,
to
no,
listen to you
I
under
agree.
the Trump administrations and the Biden administration. But what have you done at the county level? Because the county is really the ones.
What have I done at the county level?
I have been doing
in 2020,
Why are you not there like every week?
What are you talking?
9 a.m. berating those supervisors because they're the ones
because I'm
responsible.
supposed to actually be retired right now in 2026, and I was doing one simple thing, and it went into something else that it should have never gone into because of how she treated me and how Frank treated me. Because he smiled in my face and then turned around and called me a name. So it's not just one person. You keep thinking that I'm referencing one person. There's 2 people I've spoke to on that day that I've referenced.
Right.
So the next one, the mocking. The videos, there's tons of videos of her laughing. And there's even a video of her, which I don't have here now, but it's on YouTube and it's got thousands of views as well, where I'm literally saying, she's talking to us from the dais, calling us slanderers and saying racial terms. Okay? She's talking to us from the dais. And I say, no. Don't talk to us about this stuff. Okay? I sat there and I brought up the issue that you sat there and you did these things, all this, and she just starts smiling and laughing about all of it. It's all there. Like, when I say that she mocked the death of an LA firefighter on film. My uncle was an LA firefighter who shot himself in the chest because after he got the vaccine, both of his hands stopped working and he was paralyzed. Imagine a man who worked his entire life to rescue and save other people, had to be forced to take a vaccine, lost the use of his hands after it, and then blew his frickin' chest out. Okay? Not only that, my children watched their grandmother after she got the vaccine develop stage 4 cancer in a matter of a week. It went from the stomach to all of her lymph nodes, went to her lungs, and it went to her brain, and then we weren't allowed to see the funeral. See, so I'm a direct part of all of this. And I'm trying to help others understand what really happened to them. It's not to be an attack against just Lynda or just Frank, but they made those choices. Even though they were told, I don't care. I was told, and I looked up the science. Do your job. Protect your citizens. And if you find something, because let me help you with this, I'll even run for city council, and I will take no money. I will take no money. I don't do what I do for money. Do you know that I've never ever been paid for what I do? I never get paid for what I do. There's no need. I have enough money to do whatever I want. So I have no care. I'm sitting here and I'm watching this. So there's the interrogation position. Because I'm scary, you want to violate my rights and put me into an interrogation position, and then put me through a search of violation of my Fourth Amendment. And as a person of the press, you also violated my freedom of speech by telling me I'm not allowed to record when it was set up as an interview, not a meeting. She changed the language. Do you see what I'm saying?
I understand where you are coming from, but I don't necessarily agree with your perspective.
How is that?
Because your perspective is only your perspective.
No, it's not. It's my. I just told you that I've spoken with multiple reporters, and it's on film. And I told them what happened. They've seen what happened, and they said they are appalled.
Right, but you were there with
someone
Lynda Johnson and
Ryan,
two other deputies.
Three.
I don't know.
Three.
But if you just like anything that happened, like with the Gospels, 4 different people writing about the same events, having 4 different perspectives, right? So, like I said, unless it's
I'm trained to look at.
law,
I'm trained to look at things from multiple perspectives. As I've sat here and told you, I can see from my side why I.
Right, and like I said, I can understand your perspective. I don't necessarily share that perspective.
That's fine.
And that's fine, right? So that is what I said, and I won't be able to explain all of those.
No, I want you to understand that right there, in psychological operations, so you understand, is called a push. And if you'd like to understand what a push is, you take your power and you put someone in an uncomfortable situation, and you use that power in order to enact certain violations on them to make them feel as if they don't have power.
Okay.
Okay, now when someone's interrogated, there's a cop over here at this door, there's a cop over here at this door, and then there's someone sitting right here next to me. That's how interrogations work. That's exactly what happened. Now, a cop over here, a cop over here, and a cop in front of the door, and I'm being searched after I said no on film.
Okay, I can't opine on that.
I know.
I'm not going to opine on that right now. I don't have the facts in front of me because I haven't seen the videos.
You don't have to. You can. I'll bring them in.
I will say this. Like I said, you are free to go to the authorities, and whatever authorities that may be, to investigate and to proceed how they want to proceed. You could file a lawsuit right now with your evidence.
I will sue the city for a penny and then give you the penny back.
And you could do all that. We will talk about it in court. But what I want to be able to do today is, if you have questions of me.
Why did you tell me that Lynda wasn't going to do this to me, and why did she then?
I don't know if I ever said
it's on video.
going to do this
you came up and asked me about how I got my COVID information. You're on film.
Right.
And you asked me.
What did I ask you?
What specifically about what I just said?
Yeah, what was that?
Okay, so you're not listening?
I want you to repeat what you said.
How I got my COVID information. See, this is the issue, is I'm stemming. It's on video. We can just go to the video.
And was that the conversation?
Where you tried to honeypot me.
Where I tried to what?
It seemed like you were honeypotting me. That's why I kind of got distance.
What does that mean?
It's going to sound offensive. It sounds offensive. Please don't take it that way. It's a thing that they use in intelligence. Mm-hmm. Okay? They walk and they have someone come up, mm-hmm. and please don't take this in the wrong way. They use a pretty woman And that pretty woman comes up and asks questions of a dumb guy, and typically the guy is too stupid to recognize that the pretty woman is trying to get information from them.
Okay.
And so
What was I allegedly trying to honeypot?
Oh, that was what it was. Okay, so when I said you asked me how I got the COVID stuff, and then I said to you, I I've really tried to not have this, and then I said something about what's happening, and you said she's not going to be like this in private. It'll be very different when you meet with her. It's on video. So
Okay.
that's what you said to me.
So assuming I said that, I don't remember that. I remember having a conversation with you about COVID and
Yeah.
how you got your information, because I remember reading a lot of the primary sources of all the studies from the COVID vaccine and the mRNA vaccine, and why I thought that there was not enough information being presented from both sides. And I remember that discussion, but I don't remember at all talking about Lynda Johnson.
You did. And then there was the attempt for the resolution, where I literally just wanted her to understand my past and why what she did affected me. Telling you what I had to go through as a child, can you see why what she's done has affected me? I have severe post-traumatic stress disorder. I have complex PTSD. I have issues that when I was a kid, my dad forced me to watch people be murdered with snuff films. My dad worked in some of the highest aspects of the United States government. My dad can't walk outside without the frickin' Yakuza looking for him because of me.
Okay.
I ruined my entire family.
That being the case, I could understand why I would expect somebody in such a situation would want to maintain a low profile, but whatever.
No.
I would think that whatever happened with that, there would be a little bit more of a understanding, but I know that there are different perspectives for things. So what I'd like.
So should I walk in and ask Lynda how it feels when her husband blows his frickin' brains out?
I don't think that would be appropriate, sir.
But that's what she did to me.
I don't think that seems very appropriate.
But that's what she did to me.
I believe that, in the law, we take every plaintiff as they are, whether, we assume.
She laughed at the death of my family multiple times on video. And they all laughed at me like I was crazy. Isn't it funny that everything that I gave you suddenly starts showing up from the ODNI? You don't know anything about that here?
Yeah, I don't.
You didn't get the letter, did you?
It was funny.
Well, see, that's the part, it's not funny. I literally gave you all of it. Everything from this stuff, I gave you from 2020 all of the issues that were coming, that they lied to all of the public about. And I brought them into the police, I brought them into everybody. So when you're mocked and made fun of and called a conspiracy theorist, and that's from these people in the city, that I tried to stop from having this happen. So imagine, you lock kids in your homes, you've made them learn from the screen, you manipulated the way that their brains function, you created a mental health issue. Now we're having more violence. You created racism with the BLM riots. You used the news media under Operation Mockingbird that is still functional to this day. And then you're going to come up there and call me a racist. You don't understand. I understand the backgrounds of these things and the implications and what they do. And it's not okay. When you put 18 times racist, you only have to do it once. What you're doing is implanting an idea in someone else's mind, like the news. That's manipulation. And sitting there and using that as a cudgel, I don't think is okay. If you wanted to use it once, okay. But when I'm talking to one of the people who's on the opposite end of the recall, and I have a conversation with them, and they finally come to understand that what it really is, they went, oh. They understood it wasn't a racist recall. So it's labeling all of the citizens who asked me for help a racist. It's labeling me a racist. You also don't know, and the reason I don't mind stepping out and showing my face is because I've already infiltrated a white power organization and they found out who I was. So every day I walk around with a gun to my head, not knowing if I'm going to die. So I don't care if I die tomorrow. I've already done everything that I had to do. I've done music for 28 years. I exposed the United States government in 2020, killing their own people and studying, showing Fauci did what he did. I've done everything that you could do. I've lived through everything. My mom would throw me in cells and send me to and lock me in basements. My mom would beat the living shit out of me. My mom would send me to foster homes where I'd get molested. So the system is what I'm showing. I'm not showing Lynda. I'm showing how the system works to the public. From someone who's lived inside of the system. The system made me. That's why they came to me for the jobs.
Well, okay. I obviously can't help you with all of those other issues.
Those aren't issues to me. Those are actually things I've overcome and I see as strengths.
And that being the case, congratulations. What I want to be able to accomplish today is answer questions that you may have, give you information.
Thank you for spending more time with me.
You're welcome. Obviously, if you're going to come about this from the perspective of trying to do like a gotcha interview,
no,
anything like that, obviously I don't want to participate in anything like that, but I do want to be able to.
This is not, ma'am, I want you to understand, I have never done anything that I've never said before. I was approached by the people who were doing the recall, and I was going to sue the city, and they asked me not to, and so I didn't. So that's why I haven't.
Okay.
Every time I say something, I promise you that is what I will do. I'm not here to do a gotcha interview. I'm not here to make a mockery of them or insult them in any way. I'm showing people, these are your leaders. These are the people who are making the choices for you. And if he can't tell a yellow credit card shouldn't be used for something like this, he's obviously not capable of making just a small right and wrong decision. He should not be sitting up there. And then when I see the meetings for the water, and I hear that you guys made tons of money in COVID, and then all that money went away when COVID ended, makes me wonder why this is happening. Because when everybody gets locked down in their home, and nobody gets to do the job, what happens to our infrastructure? Breaks down.
Right. Well, I do want to correct, I don't know if it's a correction, but the framing of what happened during COVID with the tax money, the tax revenue did go up more than what the city had predicted, more than what the tax consultants had predicted. Because I don't think anybody understood that people were spending time at home not doing anything, and so of course if they're not doing anything, they're shopping. So that's why there was an unexpected increase in sales tax revenue.
That makes it worse. Do you understand what you say?
I understand what I said.
Okay.
Okay. And then it dipped down because when people started going back to work and doing other things and sitting in front of their computers, the sales tax revenue did not go up as it had been during those 1.5 to 2 year period. So if that's what you meant by the city making all this money, it was the increase in the sales tax revenue.
No, in the meeting he said they were making more underwater. They were making more in water because of COVID.
Well, we had been losing money in the sense that we were not making up for the cost of water. The water costs a certain amount of money.
Can I thank you right now? What you're saying to me was what I was asking for Lynda, because this is what I really want you to understand. When you see that video, there's no angry body language. I came in as one of the most cordial, respectful people you could ever see. And I said to her, I have been approached by the city and I just want to get answers for them. This has nothing to do with me. And she said, I don't want this. No, turn it off.
Okay.
So transparency is an issue. So you're actually answering questions that she couldn't answer to me. But if I was able to, do you understand, if that was done, there would be no issue?
There would, okay.
There would be no issues. There would be no issues because then I could report back to the, and I told them, if there's no issues, I will report back to those people and say what they're doing needs to be done because there's no other option. That's what I said on video. So when I'm being labeled as all of these things, you don't understand. I gave the opportunity to work with you. I gave the opportunity for you to have a complete, total, and utter voice. You will hear, I will not censor anything out. I will not edit anything out. I will not remove anything. This isn't about my opinion. This is me getting information for them. That's it. And she says, no. There's a problem right there. So then they tell me I can't record. But there's a cop over here with a camera on me. There's a cop over here with a camera on me. There's a camera on top of the smart board. There's cameras all over, but I can't have my camera. It's a very interesting concept because when the questions were very simply questions laid out by the community, not me, what they were looking for, and she didn't answer them, instead said go away basically. That's what the city saw. It has nothing to do with racism. It has to do with what she's done on video. And she's insulted me and everybody's seen it. I have no part in the recall. I don't have social media. My teams run everything. I am retired. All I do is I get a click on my two-way thing from wherever they're working at in the world, and then they send me the information and tell me, hey, it's up. And so that's what I get, and I get to go look. Because they're the ones that put it in the system. They're the ones that crop the clips, and they're the ones that get the things out. And I don't want this. I came in for an interview with her, and now this woman is tied to me forever. My dad can't walk outside because of what I've done to him. I wrote an album and told him all of his abuses, everything that he tried to hide, everything that he did. He lost his job. He was removed, and then the Yakuza knew where he was because the company he worked for stole their frickin' money. So what I'm trying to show you is I don't have a fear of being put in the cell. I was put in a cell at 3 years old. I grew up in a cell. I don't have a fear of police officers. And when you go see that video, you'll see me tell them, no, what you're doing is intimidation. I will open my bags. I have no fear of them. I'm not afraid of cops. I'm not afraid of these things because I've lived under gunshots coming at my head, and I live with threats on a daily basis. And now they've called me a racist, and now you can understand why I have a little bit of an issue with someone standing outside my house calling me a racist, because when that happens, I'm now being labeled, not just labeled, but being located.
Okay. Thank you. Did you want me to go more into the water issue?
Yes, because I think that would be great, because I want to understand more. Because when they're talking about the water increases, right? Under COVID, were the people that were supposed to be doing the funding not able to do their job? Or not funding, but the maintenance to do their job?
They were put on a different schedule, but they had to maintain all the water wells and ensure that the water supply was in order and the water was being drawn up, the water quality was being checked, and still water was being provided to all the residents.
Okay.
Had they not done their job, we wouldn't have water.
Okay.
So they had to continue working as essential workers, as everybody
okay.
in the city hall.
Yeah. Okay, so, but was it the basic maintenance time frame, or was it more like deferred?
There's always been deferred maintenance.
Okay.
There are large infrastructure needs that the city's water department had to defer because of the lack of sufficient funding.
Okay.
And when it came time to prioritize, they were trying to prioritize the water infrastructure needs that were highest. For example, the C4 well, that has been one of the highest priorities, and I think it came to a point where in 2020 they were supposed to seek water rate increases, because at the end of 2021 that's when the water rate increases stopped.
Okay.
That was supposed to happen. It didn't happen for several years because of COVID, and so as a result there were additional years of deferral, which was what led to part of why C4 kind of had a catastrophic failure.
So when it comes to the arsenic in the water, that they're talking about? We've had more fires now. Has there been any more testing done?
There have been the same number of testing. There may have been increases. Arsenic and other minerals and metals that occur naturally in the water continue to be tested as required by the state, and the levels are reported as often as they need to be. These specific questions you could ask to Chris Kubert, who
Okay.
is the Public Works Director. Obviously, he would know more than I would, but I'm basing my responses
On the question.
what I know of the city's
Okay.
practices, as well as my understanding of water
Understood.
law and water quality.
Understood. Understood. And then also, when it comes to the increase, I also would actually like to apologize to you. Thank you for not being part of the Young World Economic Forum.
Okay.
I asked you a question. And Lynda told me I can't get an answer.
Oh, okay.
And she said that you're not allowed to answer questions. And then Barry or Pyle gets up and you answer a question.
Oh.
So, but that's here nor there. I don't like the World Economic Forum. Not a fan. And so I saw that you had done the whole housing thing. And so
Oh,
Was
thank
I-
you for bringing that up.
was I wrong?
Yes,
Please help me with
you
that.
are completely wrong.
Please help
And
me.
I wanted to say something.
Because that's what I wanted to. Oh, it's okay. It's headphones. You're good.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You're okay.
I
It's
don't wanna bring that.
No. You're good. You're good. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Right. When you made that comment, I was like, oh my gosh.
I wanted you to
I feel like-
answer.
I feel like I needed to
You
respond,
needed
but
to,
I
and that's-
couldn't. I just didn't have the opportunity. But basically, I and my firm, I was the lead litigator on the SB9 case, which, if you recall, SB9 was the state law that came down that essentially eliminated
Single-family
single-family
housing.
residential housing. Basically allowing any single parcel to be divided into, and allowing at least 2 houses to be built on every
Oh, so
parcel.
like a house in the back type thing and a house in...
Not just an ADU, but 2 primary dwelling units.
Oh, okay.
Not just a primary and an ADU. You could build 2 primary dwelling units. So basically, that law allows people to subdivide their property and build 3 additional houses. So instead of one house on one lot, you would have 4 houses on basically one lot.
Okay.
And that was an issue that all cities in California were against. There were like 200 letters of opposition that got sent to the state. The state passed it anyway. So I and my team, on behalf of several cities in the state, sued the Attorney General and sued the state of California. We won.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
And so that was trying to protect cities and protect local control and protect
Okay.
families who
Who
wanted that type of housing.
Okay.
You know, not every single type of housing needs to be a high-rise. Not every single type of housing needs to be multifamily. Not every single family
Dwelling
wants
unit.
a quadplex or a duplex.
Yeah.
There's a mix of different housing types.
Yeah.
So we should leave it up to the cities to be able to control where they want their families versus their commercial versus their industrial zones to go. So that's the lawsuit that
So
I
I
like
would
you for.
like to apologize to you.
Yeah.
And I would also like to say that I'm sorry for asking that question if it made you uncomfortable or anything, because that was not my intention. I was really, when I speak, I stand on, you don't understand, when I stand on the stage, the energy goes up because that's what I'm used to doing. The body just reacts that way.
Yeah.
So I apologize. What I was trying to do was ask a question and get an answer, and if it comes out aggressively, that's not an intentional thing, it's the stemming. I don't do well in crowds because of I know you're busy, so if you need to go,
Yeah,
feel
no, I was gonna say, I do have to get ready for 4 o'clock.
okay. Yeah,
So-
let's wind up.
Okay, yeah.
I just wanted to say that I apologize, and thank you for clarifying a lot of the issues with me. And I hope that you can see that I'm really not trying to attack Lynda. I'm trying to show the people who it is that are running their city as a person, as a human. Because if a human being can look at a human being and treat them like garbage, like she did to me, because she violated my rights because of fear. Just because you're scared doesn't mean you get to violate my rights. That's fine. But this would have never gone on if she would have answered the questions. And that's why I came that one day and I said I wanted an apology. And when I sat there and you were asking me if it was recorded and all that stuff, it's not to do a gotcha. I really need you to understand my entire life when I walk around, if I get shot, I need to see who's shooting me. If I have someone coming at me, I need to see who's coming at me because of what I've had to go through and do and work. So it's not to like do a gotcha, it's for protection for myself. So when that happened, and then she talks about, oh yeah, there's videos on YouTube about me, not understanding how many videos of her mocking the death of all of my family is sitting there, it shows a complete lack of compassion. Complete lack of compassion. It wasn't about, I want to apologize or come to an understanding. It was, someone put videos up of me on YouTube and I don't like it, and he's standing inside of my room. And that's why I went, oh yeah, those are there, I guess, huh? And I walked out because I'm not dealing with a narcissist. I don't talk to her anymore. I don't deal with her on a one-on-one basis anymore. There's no point. She's useless. So I appreciate your time, and that's why I walked out. It was a waste of time. If you would like to understand what you're really seeing when I come up there, search up INFJ, Myers-Briggs personality type. I was diagnosed as an INFJ on that, and everything that you see, it will make sense. It will show you everything, and you'll see I don't work within normal, like, it doesn't matter, but just INFJ. Look it up and you'll see. It's not meant to scare, it's just the way that it comes off with the people that have what I have. And then it's like a neurological thing also. It's like, it gives you, I always hate this word, like, it's not autism, but it's like my brain scans and over scans everything constantly. And it doesn't turn off. Even when I'm sleeping, like, I'm running. So it's a never-ending machine, and I can't stop it. So that's why I always have headphones and stuff for the overstimulation, all these things. And then I actually wrote Lynda a letter, and I said, Lynda, I know that we don't see eye to eye, but I have to read some documents. Could you please allot me the 5-minute time, please, because of my disability? She said no.
I thought we gave you extra time during the public comments.
No, the last meeting, I asked for 3 to 5, and then the one after, I asked for 5 again, and then the note was given to her, and she gave me 3 minutes. And so it was like, okay, so it was okay before, but now it's not okay. Like, this is weird, because I have these issues. Ryan knows I have these issues. Like, so why am I now being treated differently? So I don't. It's an ADA issue.
I think, you need to keep reminding to ask for the 5 minutes, and then if you want to get 5 minutes every time you speak, we can have that note
on there.
provided to.
I'm really not trying to get special treatment. Like, as you see, like, my brain goes.
I mean, but it doesn't necessarily have to manifest in a specific way. Like that, I understand from ADA issues. So we'll take that at face value, and you'll be given that if you remind.
Thank you.
It just needs to
I understand people can forget, and sometimes papers get misplaced, and so that's why I didn't want to make a big deal from it from the beginning, and I just wanted to make it aware. So thank you very much for all of your time and the extra time. I am so sorry that I took your time, but you truly answered everything that I had questions for, and I don't expect an apology from her or any of these things. I'm not, when I come in and I'll get it. When I come in and speak, I'm not trying to attack Frank. I'm trying to show people this is a behavior, this is a pattern, this is a choice. He made this choice, and then choices that are being made, you have to understand if this small of a choice could lead to this big of an impact in the end of the day, what is he doing? Because he's making other choices that are much larger than this.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your time. I thank you that we're able to meet. Like I said, I want to be able to give you information and answer questions.
Thank you.
I obviously don't agree with your characterizations of everything.
That's fine, and
you know,
that's okay. And I would be willing to sit and have you explain it to me where I'm wrong, and hear where I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, then I will say I'm wrong. I have no problem saying I'm wrong. So, if I'm wrong on things, please understand it's from a lack of not understanding your perspective or understanding of what it is. And so, it's not to directly say you. So I just want that to be understood.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it, and I thank you that you allowed me to clarify that thing on the housing or something.
Yes,
No.
thank you, thank you.
I did the exact opposite of what you're
Okay,
saying I
thank
did.
you, because I would actually, I'm going to tell you when you go online, it says the opposite. I would check that, because it does say the opposite in certain places.
Oh, it should, and maybe it does, but it shouldn't.
Yeah.
We fought against the state and we won, and the state is actually going to, they're not pursuing the case anymore, so, yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. I hope you have a wonderful day.